So good evening one and all. This is our next digital circuits. We have started multiplexer in our earlier class, and we have already seen how the multiplexer works and how it works as a data selector. And also we have studied how to implement higher order muxes using lower order muxes. Okay, and we have already seen about how many muxes required from a lower order muxes to implement a bigger mux. Okay, and also we have seen what is the mux as a universal. Okay, and we have implemented and or non nor and not gate using the mux. Okay, so that we can implement any type of gates using mux. That's why these are called mux is an universal. Okay, and today and we have not yet discussed about how to implement XOR gate using mux. Okay students, we have not discussed, so we'll start with that implementation of XOR. Implementation of XOR using 2x1 mux. Okay, so one of the important students. So first of all, I would be having what 2x1 mux is with me. Okay, 2x1 mux is with me. So obviously 2x1 mux means I have I0, I1 and S. So always write down inside. Okay, and this is my output. Why I am expecting this is actually nothing else my A XOR B. Okay, I have to implement the mux inside such a way this mux will be useful as a XOR B. So we'll do that. What we have to put here actually, and what I have to put here actually, that this 2x1 mux becomes this type of output y equal to A XOR B. Okay, I have already told you this very easy. You just see here what you can do. As we have actually A B, okay, two inputs, so we need actually output nothing else A XOR B, which is y. So as we know that what is my XOR gate represents, my XOR gate is nothing else 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. We have already discussed XOR is nothing else a odd one detector. Wherever odd number of 1 are there at the input, it will be 1, and otherwise it's 0. Okay, so this is my output. I will be expecting this type of output here. Okay, so see here what I will do. I have already told you, if it is a two variable, as we know that A XOR B is a two variable, so MSB bit of the input just connect to directly to the select line. So here it is A, select line is A. So this is my select line, connect directly the MSB bit to A. Remaining which bit is there actually? Only B. Okay, you have to represent the particular input to the mux. These are all what student? Input to the mux. Input to the mux. So you have to find out input to the mux in a function of remaining variable. In a function of remaining variable. Remaining variable. What is the remaining variable after connection of A to the select line? What is the remaining variable? B is the remaining variable. So what you have to do? You have to find out the input to the mux as a function of remaining variable. So your input to the mux must be find out as a function of B. Remaining variable is B. So you have to find out that now. What I am going to do, just see here by looking into B, how the output actually. So see here, this is my A. If I am putting A equal to 0, these two combinations will come up if A equal to 0, because both the cases A equal to 0. Now see here, if my B is 0, output is also 0. If my B is 1, output is also 1. So what I can say, if I put 0 here, if I am going to put here B, whatever I will give B, that will be going to be come over here. So that these two expressions is going to be expressed now if I will put A equal to 0. All of you understand? Now if I put 1, what I will get? If I put 1, if B is 0, output is 1. If B is 1, output is 0. So obviously this will be nothing else my B bar. Okay, if I put A equal to 1, I will be getting B bar actually at the Y. Okay, so finally I will get all the outputs according to this truth table. If you have any doubt, you can also know that how to actually output of the mux will be get determined S bar I0 or S I1. Okay, what is S bar? S bar is nothing else. I have taken A bar. I0 is nothing else my B, or S is nothing else my A, I1 is nothing else my B bar. So this is what actual student, this is nothing else A XOR B. Have I got this expression? If my connection to the 2x1 mux is like this, I will be achieving XOR gate actually. Okay, any doubt on this? So now you see here, I just need how many mux here? This is one of the mux. Again for B bar, I need another mux. Okay, so B bar is nothing else like this I can do. So this is my select line B. If I connect if I put 0 here, this I0 is going to be selected my output. Output I am expecting here B bar. So if I put 0 here, what I can expect over here? B bar. B bar means 1. So if I put 1, this I0 will be go reflect over here. Now if I put 1, what it should be go? 0. Because B equal to 0, I'll be getting B bar 1. B equal to 1, I'll be getting B bar equal to 0. So this is the concept, nothing else. So that what I have used, I have connected this as a select line. If I select 0, 1 will go as output. If I select 1, 0 will go as output. So this will act like it. This 2 cross 1 mux is now going to be act like a NOT gate. Okay, so this output is going to be connected over here. Finally, my design would be for XOR gate is nothing else. Very simple, students. This will be very important also for your any type of electronics examination, PSUs and all. You please remember, every time I am telling this mocks as a universal, many times I am telling this will come many times actually. So this is my B, this is my B bar. So here what I will do, output will be connected to the another mux where this B is nothing else my this B. Okay, so this is my B, and here I0 and this is I1, this is also I0 and I1, this I0 is B, this is my B bar output, and here it is, if it is 1 and this is 0, and this is my final output Y. Okay, and this select line is here is A. All of you understand, this is the gate, this is the 2 cross 1 mux. How many 2 cross 1 mux I have required? I required 2 cross 1 muxes to design a XOR gate. Okay, any doubt on this? Please let me know. Any doubt on this, students? So the next thing is I'll go for how to design a XNOR gate. Some problem. Okay, so next part is how to design a XNOR gate using mux. XNOR gate. So how to design it? As we know that my output Y is A XNOR B, we can say also this is A bar, B bar or AB. Am I correct, students? So how to do that? As we know that this is my 2 cross 1 mux. Okay, this is my 2 cross 1 mux. So I would be having 2 cross 1 mux. At the output I am expecting this one. Okay, so it's having select line S, it's having I0 and I1. If you have not understand, please try to understand now how I am doing. So my inputs are A, B, and I will be expecting A XNOR B at the output. So nothing else, 0, 0, this 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So what is A XNOR B, students? Nothing else, it's a equivalence gate. A XNOR gate is whenever A equal to B, I will be having output 1, other places A equal to B, output is 1, other places output is 0. Okay, so that's why it's also called equivalence gate. Okay, XNOR gate is also called equivalence gate. I have already discussed all these things many times. Okay, so now what you have to do, as I told you, fundamental how to design, how to implement using mux. First you have to connect the MSB. This is my MSB input. Connect the MSB input to my select line. So just you have to connect like this. This is the first step. First step is connect the MSB input to the select line. Okay, next what you have to do, find the input to the mux, which is actually function of remaining variable. So what is the remaining variable over here, students? The remaining variable is here B. Remaining variable, that is B. Okay, so you have to find out input to the mux, which is actually input to the mux is nothing else my I0 I1. I have to find out which is actually the remaining variable B. Okay, so your I0 I1 must be in terms of B or 0 or 1, these three values only. Okay, do you all understand? So what you have to do now, you have to start looking into my input. If my select line is 0, select line A is 0 means obviously these two cases. If my select line is 0, B equal to 0, I am getting 1 as output. B equal to 1, I am getting 0 as output. So for this particular combination of my input, I am getting output Y is nothing else my B bar. Okay, so it is nothing else. So I am going to connect here B bar. Okay, so next for 1 case, for A equal to select line equal to 1, what I am getting? For 0 input I am getting 0, for 1 input I am getting 0 1. So I can write down here B. Okay, so do you all understand? For A XNOR get, I'm requiring how many 2x1 marks? Again for B bar, I require one more 2x1 marks. I have already told you how to design it. Very simple. This is my 2x1 marks. Okay. So this is my B. I would be expecting B bar here. Means if it is 0, this is 1, this is 0. Okay. All of you understand? If it is B, if it is 0, it's 1 will go here. If it is 1, 0 will go here. Finally, I am getting here B bar. This will be directly connected to here. Very simple. This is going to be connected over here, nothing else. You can just connect it here. So this is my 2x1 marks using say XNOR get using 2x1 marks. So how many 2x1 marks we required? We required two 2x1 marks in order to design a XNOR get. Okay, so very important question, students. These are the things: two 2x1 marks and two 2x1 marks required for XOR, two 2x1 marks required for the XNOR. Okay. So in one question actually came in the in the JTO exam 2012. What is the question? Just see here. So the question is how many 2x1 mocks required to implement XOR comma AND get. This is the question. Very simple question. Okay, if you know mocks as universal, you can able to do it. So what are the choices there? 1 1, B 2 1, C 1 2, D 2 2. So what you have to do, students? For XOR, how many gets required? 2. For AND, how many mocks required? 1. So this is my choice. Okay, very simple. So if you know mocks as universal, then only you can able to do that. Otherwise, you will get 0 mark for it. Do you all understand? Very simple question. Okay, it came actually in JTO 2012. Okay, next we will go for the next part. How to implement different combinational logic circuit using mocks. Means like arithmetic circuit. Let's say I am going to design a half adder using mocks. So one of the important questions, students, how to design a half adder using mocks. So tell me what is half adder? My output logical expression is sum A XOR B. Okay, and carry is nothing else my A and B. So you can able to do it, student. Very simple. How to design sum? So how many 2x1 mocks required for it, student? For sum, I required two 2x1 mocks. Okay, and for carry I need one 2x1 mocks. So total how many mocks I required? 3 2x1 mocks I require. Okay, so for sum what you need to do, it's nothing else by A XOR B. I'm going to implement. I have already told this how to do actually. This is my 2x1 mocks. This is my A B, sorry, this is my I0 I1. Okay, this is my I0 I1. Next, this is my select line, and this is my output. I am expecting sum here, which is nothing else A XOR B. Okay, so now all of you know that A XOR B, how we have implemented using mocks. This is my B bar. Again for B bar, I have taken another mocks over here, which is actually 2x1 mocks. So this is my B, and this is my 1 0. Okay, which gives me B bar. And this is my select line I have connected to A. So this gives me sum. And finally for carry, I need another one which actually gives me A and B. A and B is nothing else. What you have to do? This is my I0, I1, this is my S, and this I am expecting carry over here, which is nothing else AB. As we know that AB is not carry means what actually AB. This is 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 0 0 0 1. So how we can do this? As we know that first you have to connect the MSB to the select line. So you have connect this A to the select line. Then the remaining variable. What is the remaining variable? B. So B, here 0 1, it's 0 0. Whatever my B is there, it's not going to be care, and it's providing 0 as output. So what is the output here? Y is actually 0. Okay, whatever my B, it doesn't care on the B. It's giving always 0 for the combination of B. So I can just put over 0 here. And for here, what I'm getting? Y equal to B. Okay, so for here, it is B. All of you understand? This is my carry. So finally, what is my half adder? My half adder is this one. All of you understand, students? Very simple. So half adder can be designed many ways, by using mux, by using basic gates, by using NAND, by using NOR, by these are the things. Okay. Also we can using by decoder. I have not yet told about the decoder. Many ways these are the combination logic circuit. This half adder can be designed. That's why always half adder, if you know, mostly you will be a good digital engineer. Okay. All of you understand. So how I have designed a half adder using two cross one muxes? Very simple. As you know that my sum is A XOR B, I know how to design as A XOR B. Then I know how to design carry A and B. Just I have put it in a one platform and I told that this is my half adder. Okay. All of you understand, very simple. Next thing, how to design a half subtractor. Half subtractor using two cross one mux. So these are all little important, student. So please try to understand. Okay. So what is half subtractor? Half subtractor logical expression is nothing else difference, which is again A XOR B, and carry, which is nothing else my A bar B. This is little bit different. I will tell you. Please try to understand. So as you can able to implement this A XOR B, we have done it many times. Though this is my A XOR B, but there is borrow, which is nothing. Sorry, this is borrow actually, for because it's a subtractor. It's a borrow is nothing else my A bar B. Okay. So how to implement it? It's very simple. What you can do, using 2 cross 1 mux, you can easily implement A XOR B. So this is my 2 cross 1 mux. Okay, these are my two inputs, I0 and I1. This is my select line S. This is my output. I can expect here A XOR B, which is nothing else my difference. Okay, so what we have done here, actually very simple. We have done just B, and this is my B bar. I can just connect it another 2 cross 1 mux here, and this is my B, this is my A. So which gives me here 1 0. This is my I0, I1, and this is my again one more 2 cross 1 mux, and this is my NOT gate, and this is my finally completely is my A XOR B. Okay, do you all understand? So next, what I am going to do, I want actually A bar B, borrow. So this gives me difference. Actually this circuit gives me difference. These two cross one muxes gave me now actually the difference. So but I need A bar B as my output. So tell me how to do this A bar B. Very simple. You just see here, for the borrow, how I am designing for borrow actually here. So my output is nothing else my A bar B. So you can draw a truth table actually, which is AB 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. Now you tell me this is A bar B. A bar B means what? I have to need A bar actually to find out what is A bar. If it is this 0, A bar is nothing else 1 1 0 0. Am I correct? Just opposite of A. Now what you have to find out, your output should be A bar B. So I'll find out A bar B. So what is A bar B? It's actually AND operation between these two. So if I find out AND operation, this is 0 1 0 0. Am I correct, students? So next, what you need to do, I have told you how to design actually using 2 cross 1 mux this particular function. This particular function, how to design actually. I have told you this is my I0, I1, this is my select line S. My output Y I am expecting actually nothing else. It's a borrow, which is actually A bar B. Am I correct? So what I have to do, you just connect the MSB, input MSB. It's not going to change, students, A bar B. It's A only, because my inputs are actually A and B only, not A bar B and B. Okay, so my input is A. So just you have to connect this to the select line. So this is my A. Now what are the remaining variable present? B is present. You have to write down your equation input function with respect to B. So now you see here, now A equal to 0. So what I am getting? 0 0 1 1. So I am getting B actually. If A equal to 0, I am getting what actually as my output. How output relates actually, you see these two columns now. So Y is nothing else my B. So I can just write down here 0 1. This is my B. Okay. Now see here, take if A equal to 1, now what is, how it's behaving? This is 0, output is 0. This is 1, output is 0. Whatever my B is, doesn't care, it's always 0. So my output Y is 0 at A equal to 1. Am I correct? So at A equal to 1, my output is 0. So this is my A bar B, students. Okay, all of you understand? So how many gates, how many 2 cross 1 muxes I require? Here I require 2 2 cross 1 muxes for the difference. For borrow I need 1 2 cross 1 muxes. So total 3 2 cross 1 muxes required to design half subtractor. Okay, all of you understand, very important point. Okay, So these are the things. Next we will discuss about little higher order mux, which is nothing else like how to design AND gate, OR gate and all using 4x1 mux. I am going to tell just in brief, actually nothing else. So using 4x1 mux, how to design an AND gate. So because I have to tell you one particular Honda actually after that. Okay, so what is AND gate? As we know that my AND gate is nothing else, it's Y, which is nothing else A and B. I have to design now my AND gate using 4x1 mux, not 2x1 mux. Okay, as we know that 4x1 mux means it has 4 inputs. So what are those inputs? These are actually I0, I1, I2 and I3, and there are select lines. What are the select lines? S1, S0, and how output is nothing else Y. So these are actually the things for the 4:1 mux. All of you understand, or any doubt on this? So now tell me how to design a AND gate using a 4x1 mux. As we know that my AND gate is nothing else, which is AB. My AND gate is here AB, which is Y. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. AB, which is 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 1. So in case of 4x1 mux, what you have to do? Very important. So this is my 4x1 mux. So try to understand. I am telling very easiest way. So there is two select line, and there are 4 inputs: I0, I1, I2, I3, and this is my Y, which is nothing else my AB. Okay. So see over here what I am going to do actually here. So in the previous case, what I have done there, actually the number of input there in the previous case, while you are designing AND gate using 2x1 mux, what we have done here, the select line is how much in 2x1 mux? 1, and the input here and get input how much? 2. That's why what you have to done here, number of input is greater than the select line. Okay, that's why what we have done, we have connected the MSB to the select line. Okay, the first step what we have done, we have connected the MSB input to the select line. Am I correct, students? Okay, and the remaining, the input to the mux, what we have done, input to the mux we have find out which is function of the remaining variable B. Am I correct, student? This we have done when my case is nothing else, number of input is greater than the select line. Okay, do you all understand? This funda I have used actually when my number of input is greater than select line, because AND gate is nothing else, it's A and B, but select line here in 2x1 mux only one select line, which is S. So A and B means here how many? 2 inputs, select line, 1 select line. So 2 is less than 1. So if input number of input is less, sorry, 2 is greater than 1. Here number of input is greater than the select line. This is the funda. You need to put MSB input to the select line, and input to the mux will be function of B. Now here what is the case here? In this case, while you are designing using 4x1 mux, please try to understand, very important. Here number of select line is how much? Number of select line is 2, and number of input in AB how much? 2. So here number of select line is equal to the number of input. Am I correct, students? So this funda cannot be work here. So what you need to do, remember, both the select lines both the inputs A and B connect to the select lines. Here what you have to do, this you have to connect to the MSB input, this is my LSB input, I have already told. This you connect to S1, this you connect to S0. So this is A and this is my B. Okay, now tell me one very important concept. If A is 0, B equals 0, what input will go to the output? I0 will go. If I put I0 equal to 0 over there, then I will get my AB Y out equal 0 or not, for AB equal to 0 0. Now tell me, if I will put 0 1 here, what it will go? 0 will go. Okay, for AB 1 0, I'll get 0. For 1 1 1. So now you see here, any input give here. Let's say 1 1. What should be my output for AB 1 1? Output is 1. So is it going, students? So this is the very funda, very easy. All of you understand. If number of select line equal to the number of inputs, connect all the select lines to the connect all the inputs to the select lines, and just write down the truth table outputs here, nothing else, students. Very simple. Do you all understand what you have to do? If you are requiring a 4x1 mux to design a 2 input functions, so what you need to do, connect both the inputs to the select line, then write only the truth table to the input, nothing else. Very simple. Okay, so see here what I am going to do for the OR gate. Very simple, anybody can guess it now what we can do. So OR gate, we know that this is A, B, this is my A or B. So obviously this 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. Sorry, 1 1 also 1. I made mistake here. So 1 1 also 1. So this is my OR gate. So I am designing a OR gate now using 4x1 mux. Okay. So what I have to do, I have told here 4x1 mux means number of select line is how much? Number of select line 2. Okay, and here number of input how much? 2. Now number of input equal number of select line. So what you need to do, this A and B connect to this S1 and S0 of the mux. So this is my mux. Let's say this is my mux, which is nothing else my 4x1 mux. These are my select lines S1 S0. These are my inputs I0 I1 I2 I3. Okay, I1 I2 I3. So first step, what? If number of inputs equal to number of select line, just connect both the inputs here. Okay, and try to remember, this is my MSB bit of the select line, this is my LSB bit of the select line. So always connect MSB bit here, always connect LSB bit here. Okay, now if it is 0 0, what I can expect at the output, students? It should be A or B. What I can expect? 0 I can expect. So just put 0 here. Now write 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. Just I have just copied the truth table output over here, nothing else. Okay, do you all understand or any doubt, students? This is the way you can design any type of gate using any type of mux, students. Okay, so two things I have discussed now. So XOR gate also easily you can do. I'm just giving a hint, nothing else. Very simple. If you know the truth table, this using 4x1 is very easy, nothing else. Okay, so these are also 0 0 like 0 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 0. So how to do? It's very simple. This is my 4x1 mux. So connect both the select lines S1 S0 to AB. Next, here 4 inputs I0 I1 I2 I3. So these are my the truth table input 0 1 1 0 over. This will be my X or B. Am I correct, students? This is the way you can design your any type of logic expression using any type of mux. Okay, so there are two cases I have discussed. What are the cases? One is number of select line is equal to number of input, we have discussed. Okay, next we have discussed number of input is greater than number of select line. Two cases we have discussed, remaining we'll discuss, don't worry. Okay, how to implement these logic equations using this mux, we have discussed two cases. One is number of input is equal to number of select line. If number of input is greater than number of select line, what to do? So these are the two cases actually. Now we'll go for the next part. Any doubt till now? Please let me know. Else we'll proceed further. The third part of our syllabus for mocks. We have discussed two things till now. What is that? Implementation of higher order mocks using lower order mocks, that is part B. And part 1 is nothing else, our normal mocks as a universal. These are the two things we have discussed till now. Okay, mocks as a universal is part 2, mocks and different mocks, higher order mocks design using lower order mocks are actually part 1. Now part 3. What is part 3? See here, what is part 3? Part 3 is minimize output logical expression. Okay, so how we can minimize the logical expression, students? Till now we have studied two methods. One is using Boolean algebra, another one is KMM method. Also we can minimize our output logical expression using mux. Okay, so see here, so this is the question actually asked in the GATE 2018. Okay, so I'm doing now, please check here. So this is the question. So see here how the question is actually. So this is my mocks. Nothing is written in that question. Okay, just it is like this. C bar C, I0, I1, I2, I3. This is my S1, S0, and this is my Y. Okay. And also it has been written here AB. So this is the question. So what they asked, they have given minimize this circuit, minimize the circuit, and they have given many options, something like A X NOR C, B A C, next to C A C, or B, or sorry, this D, option D is, let's say, AB. So these are the few options they have given. Okay, what you will do, how to proceed? Anybody can guess how to proceed, students? So see here, I'll tell you, this is very important. Okay, you can also expect this time also this type of questions. I am not sure that this is the exact question. This type of questions may come. So I'll do some 2-3 questions so that you can be acquainted about it. So what you have to do here, just see here, this is my C bar. So it's connected to both the inputs. So can I write down this C bar here also and this C bar here also? And I can also write down this C here and this C here. Okay. Now I can come to know that my I0 is C bar, I1 is C bar, I2 is C, I3 is C. Obviously this looks like a MOX, but it's not given as a MOX, but still I can recognize that this is a 4x1 MOX. Sorry. Okay, I can recognize that this is actually nothing else, my 4x1 MUX. Am I correct, students? So because in the, it's not given, but still it's actually nothing else, many to one, many input to one input, and that too it's actually given clearly 4 inputs and it's a 1 output. So it's obviously 4:1 MUX. This is the first thing I came to know. Next, so how to find out actually output for a 4:1 MUX? I know that my here, how many possible combinations possible here? A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A B, A B bar, sorry, A B bar, A B. So these are the 4 different combinations possible. How? Depending upon A B, 0 0, 0 1, 1 0, and 1 1. As we know that these are all minterms. So minterms means 0 means complemented, 1 means uncomplemented. According to that, I came to know that these are the particular combinations possible at my select line. Okay. So now how I am going to write down the logical expression, students? This is nothing else, A bar, B bar, and what it will take? It will take I0, A bar, B bar, I0. Similarly, A bar, B, I1. Similarly, A B bar, I2. Similarly, A B, I3. Now I know all these values over there. A bar, B bar, I0 is C bar. A bar, B, C bar. A B bar, C. Am I correct? Yes, A B bar, C, I2 is C. Next, A B, C. Okay, do you all understand here? Now what I can do from this, yes, from these two, I can apply distributive law between these two. So this will be A bar, C bar. If I apply distributive law, B bar or B, this is my A B bar. If I apply, sorry, A C, I can apply distributive law with C. Okay, so this is my actually AC, which is B bar or B. So I know that, am I correct, students, or any wrong? Okay, nothing. A bar, C bar, and B bar or B is nothing else, my 1. Similarly, B bar or B is nothing else, my 1. How? Postulate number 6. We know that. Okay. Next, A bar, C bar. This is A bar, C bar or AC, which is nothing else, A X NOR C. Check that in the equation. Is it given? A X NOR C. Yes. All of you understand, or any doubt, students? Please let me know. So this is the very important questions. This type of questions will come in the exams. Please try to understand. Any doubt on this immediately? Any doubt? Okay, any doubt? If there is no doubt, we'll proceed further. Now also remaining one more thing. Here we got, what is the equation? We have got actually A bar, B bar, C bar, A bar, B, C bar, A, B bar, C, A, B, C. So anybody has doubt? Okay, no doubt. Fine. So you see here, my final equation is what? From the mocks, I have got this equation. Also, this I have used what? Actually, little Boolean algebra I have used. Okay, but I have know that this is actually what? Canonical type of SOP. Canonical SOP. So I can also implement this using KMap. Okay, so see here my A bar, B bar, C bar is what actually A bar, B bar, C bar is nothing else 0 0 0. This 0 1 0. This is 1 0 1. This is 1 1 1. So obviously this is my M0, M2, M5 and M7. So I can also implement it using K-map. So this is actually what 111 means, it's a 3 variable K-map. So I can implement it using 3 variable K-map also to minimize. Okay, so you can take those things, as we know that there are 3 variables, which is A, B, C, B bar, C bar, B bar, C, B, C, B, C bar, A bar and A. So you know that this is 0th position, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So now you can put over there all these values. 1, M2 is present, put 1, M5 is present, put 1, M7 is present, put 1. Okay, so now you can combine it up. This is one group, this is another group. So you can find out from there. Here what is the common? A bar, C bar. From here it is AC. So you can able to find out now which is actually my output, which is Y here. Okay, here it is Y or not? Yes, Y. Y means it's actually A bar, C bar, sorry, A bar, C bar or AC, which is nothing else AX nor C. So it's given in the choice. Yes, it's given in the choice. So these are the two methods you can do. Okay, first main concept is the find out this equation. Once you find out this equation from the mocks, easily you can apply any of the method, either Boolean algebra techniques, or you can apply few like K-maps. You already studied about it. So how to use those things now, it's important, students. You have studied everything. Boolean algebra you have studied different postulates, different theorems. Also you have studied plenty of K-maps actually, like 2 variable, 3 variable, 4 variable, everything you have studied now. Okay, now how to use those things particularly, that is important. Okay, so have you seen here how I have used Boolean algebra and K-map to solve these things? So this is nothing else, minimize using our mocks. Okay, any doubt on this till now? If not, we'll proceed further for the next question. This is also one question actually came in the JTO 2011. So see here, this is also one of the very important question. So the question is like this. This is the circuit. In order to confusion, they are not giving what actually this one. Just they are giving like this. Because if your concept is clear, then you can easily do this, students. S1, S0. This is my I0, I1, I2, I3. And this is connect C1, 0, C bar. Okay. So this is the question. They have again told minimize. Minimize the circuit logic expression. Okay, they have been given many choices. I am not writing those choices. Obviously there will be some choices which will come up. Okay, so now what you have to do, very simple. I have told you AB is there means it's actual 0 0. If 0 0, Y will be nothing else. You can able to get the truth table. Y is nothing else my C. If it is 0 1, Y is nothing else my 1. If it is 1 0, my Y is nothing else 0. If it is 1 1, my Y is nothing else C bar. Okay, this is my truth table. Am I correct, students? Now I can easily write down this truth table. How I can write down this truth table? I have already told you how, if there is variable, how to do actually logical expression from the truth table, which is nothing else my Y, which is nothing else my Y, which is A bar, B bar and C, or A bar, B and 1, or A, B bar and 0, A, B and C bar. So A, B, anything end with 0 is 0. So this final equation is A bar, B bar, C. This is A bar, B. This is A, B, C bar. Okay. Now this is actually normal SOP. So what you need to do, you have to minimize it. Okay. How to minimize? You know that you can minimize either with the help of Boolean algebra or with the help of K-map. I always suggest use K-map to minimize. So first choice is whether this equation is in canonical. No, this logical expression is not in canonical. Not in canonical. So what you need to do? You first has to convert into canonical. So here what is the missing variable? No missing variable. Here what is missing variable? C is missing variable. Here no missing variable. So obviously what you need to do in order to canonical, you just has to and 1 and 1. How many missing variable? And 1. Okay, we have done all these things, students. A bar, B bar, C and 1, and you express it with the help of missing variable C or C bar by using postulate number 6. We know that C or C bar is 1. Next A, B, C bar. Then you apply the distributive law. A, B bar, C, A bar, B, C, A bar, B, C bar, A, B, C bar. So I got now canonical equation. Then obviously I can find out what are the min terms. So this is 0, 0, 1. This is 1, sorry, 0. So this is my 1, 0, 0. This is my 0, 1, 0. This is my 1, 1, 0. So this is nothing else summation of M 0, sorry, not 0, 1. What is happening? Okay. So this is my 1, 2, 4, 6. Okay. Now what you can do, you can easily construct a K-map. Obviously this is what, how many variables? 6 actually, 1, 1, 0. So it's a 3 variable K-map. Okay. 3 variable means I can just construct a 3 variable by using 8 number of cells, just constructed like this. So this is my A, this is my BC, B bar, C bar, B bar, C, BC, BC bar, A bar and A. Okay. Now I know this position 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you just put those values over there. This is 1 is present, 2 is present, 4 is present, 6 is present. So how to do this? Very simple. I can combine this actually. Any mistake we have done, students? A bar BC, A bar BC, A bar BC bar, A B C bar. Okay, A bar B bar C, A bar B C, A B C bar, and A bar B C bar. So this is what actually 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0. Yes, we made here mistake. I think 0, 0, 1. Here we made mistake. That's why I'm thinking, why is it like this? Am I correct? You guys are not telling me. So this is what actually A bar B C means 0, 1, 1. So instead of 4, it is actually 3. Am I correct? So this is 3. G 1, 2, 3, 6. So instead of 4, you need to put at 3. Okay. So this is my one more one. Okay. Other places just 0. Okay. So now you can just combine it up. How to combine it up? Very simple. You just has to combine these two and these two. Okay. So finally, what will you get? This is your BC. This is your BC bar. And this is your A bar C, or finally you get output, minimized output, which is A bar C or BC bar. Obviously this choice will be there, you just cake it up. Okay. So you see, if you do any mistake in this, obviously the output will not get. The choices whatever given here will not be get reflected, so that you will be get confused, and at the exam you will think that whatever I have done is wrong. So being peaceful mind, you just think of it, whatever you are doing properly, be peace and do proper way. Okay. These are all you have already studied. How to implement is important, nothing else. See, in the question he is cleverly explained. He is not putting here 4x1. Many people will think different ways also. Okay, so you just need to know what is this and how to find out from the truth table to the logical expressions I have told you, and also how to find out canonical form. You know that how to do this, all these things, canonical, then find out the min terms, then finally you know actually the K-map to simplification. Any doubt on this? So this is my simplified version of this given circuit. Okay, simplified logical expression I have got is actually for the output Y. Obviously there is a choice, A bar C or B C bar, just choose it up, nothing else. Very simple. Okay, any doubt on this? So this is actually my third bit. Okay, what we have done till now, the first bit we have completed, how to implement a higher order mux using lower order muxes. Then we have seen actually second bit actually with mux as universal. Third bit we have seen how to minimize the logic expression using mux. Okay, next we will go for fourth bit, which is little bit very important. Okay, so fourth bit is nothing else, implementation of given logical expression. So have you seen, students, how many things I am covering for the mocks itself? Okay, so any type of question may come, you will not be get worried on the mocks. Okay, so everything you have studied, now only you need to practice it, nothing else, students. Okay, just you need to practice. Okay, so this is again one more different concept, implement of a given function using implement of given logical expression using mocks. Okay, so let's say my equation question is, so this is also one of the question, not from GATE and all. This is actually one of the question I have taken from the like digital electronics question actually. This summation of M 0, 1, 4, 6, 7. till now you know how to implement the logical expression. How? You can either use basic gate to implement, either you can use NAND gate to implement, either you can use NOR gate to implement. Okay, also you can use NAND, also you can use NOR, also you can use OR AND, also you can use AND OR. Now I am going to teach you how to implement this logic function using mocks as well. Okay, we have not yet studied till now. Okay, do you all understand? So what one logic expression is given to you, there are 4 options are given to you. All the options are actually mocks. You have to choose the particular mocks option which is correct actually. Okay, for that particular logic equation given to you. Do you all understand, students, how the question you can expect here? The question may come like this: one logical expression given to you, or maybe one min term equation is given to you. You need to express actually, you need to find out the particular mocks circuit from that logic equation. Okay, so see here what I can do from this. Okay, please try to understand. Any doubt on this, students? Please let me know immediately. Any doubt? If not, I will tell you. Okay, so see here, so my question is now how to implement this particular function Q. So the function f, which is summation of m 0 1 4 6 7. Okay, so here nothing is given. What you have to do, the question is implement f, implement the given function using, let's say, 4 cross 1 mocks. Okay, using 4 cross 1 mocks. Okay, this is the question. Okay, so what you need to do, I will be having actually in my hand 4 cross 1 mocks only. Okay, so here first step what you need to do, remember students, first step, draw the truth table. Okay, draw the truth table. If this type of question comes, first draw the truth table. Okay, what is the truth table? As we know that this is actually how many variable function, nothing is given actually, only function. So 7, how can I express this 7? 1 1 1. So it's a 3 variable. 3 variable means nothing is given, means you can take A, B and C as a function where f is the output. Okay, so here 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, these are very simple, you know that actually. I'm just doing again and again. 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. Okay, so what you have to do, just draw the truth table, put the functions where actually wherever the min term 0 1 4 6 7. What are the min terms actually? This is my min term m0, m1, m2, m3, m4, m5, m6 and m7. So where you have to put 0, here it is 1 at 0, min term 0, min term 1 also output is 1, min term 4 output is 1, min term 6 output is 1 and min term 7 output is 1, other places output is 0. So do you understand how to construct a truth table from the given function? This is the way, very simple. So you know both the ways. If a given function is given, you can find out truth table. If a truth table also given, you can find out the function. Okay, so see here what I have done. The first step, I have just converted the function into truth table, nothing else. Okay, next step what I am going to do, you have to find out the, so you will be having what actually, you will be having a 4 cross 1 mocks to implement this particular function. So in 4 cross 1 mocks, so 4 cross 1 mocks, tell me how many inputs will be there. Obviously there are actually 4 inputs which are nothing else, I0, I1, I2 and I3. So this is my I0, I1, I2 and I3. And these are my select lines, 2 select lines. Obviously 4 is to 1 means what? 2 square is to 1. 2 square means 2 select lines. So these are my S1 and S0. And this is my Y, which is actually nothing else, my function. What is the function? Here function F, not Y. Okay, my output is nothing else, my function F, which is summation of m 0 1 4 6 7. Okay, so now see here what I can do actually. Okay, so see here, once you connect the truth table, now you have to find out one important point here, mocks implementation table. This is called mocks implementation table. Okay, what is mocks implementation table? Now I am going to tell you. So first step I have told here, you see here how many select line in 4 cross 1 mocks? 2 select line. There are 2 select line. Okay, and this is how many input, students? 3 input. So here input is greater than select line. So what you have to do, these 2 inputs from the MSB AB, is going to connect to the select line. This is the first step. What you have to do? You have to connect these select lines to the inputs from the MSB A and B, and remaining inputs you have to find out. How to find out? Which is actually input to the MOX is nothing else my function of remaining variable C. So all these inputs, either it is in the form of C, 0 or 1. Am I correct? So input to the MOX means I0, I1, I2 and I3 could be find out, which is actually either in the function of C or 0 or 1. Nothing else. Am I correct, students? So do you all understand? We have already studied this. What if number of input is greater than my number of select line? You need to connect both the MSB bits of the inputs to the select lines, and remaining input is actually gives me the input to the MOX. Actually, those input to the MOX is a function of that remaining variable or remaining input. Okay, now see here how I can find out the MOX implementation table. So I came to know that I will be using one table to do this. What is that MOX implementation table? So see here, whichever is actually connect to the select line, keep that in the horizontally. So this is horizontally. Whichever is the remaining variable, put that in the vertically. Okay, just do like this. Okay, so for C, how many combinations can be possible? C bar and C. Am I correct? For AB, what are the combinations can be possible? A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A, B bar, AB. Any doubt on this? Please let me know immediately. Okay, first step, what you have to do, MOX implementation table. You need to put those select lines, whichever is there, at the horizontally. Remaining variable which should be come as input to the MOX, which comes at the vertically. Okay, so first what we have done, we have find out the truth table. Okay, next we know that we require a 4x1 MOX. So obviously there are 3 inputs. So three input is greater than the number of select line. These are my number of input, number of select line greater than. So obviously I know that both the AB, which are MSB of AB, will connect as a select line. So I have just connected. Next I have trying to construct the MOX implementation table. Okay, please try to understand the steps, student. Very important. So I am constructing a MOX implementation table, which will be nothing else my A bar, B bar, A bar, B, A, B bar, A, B, which will be at the horizontal, which is actual select line, and remaining with C, which is actual vertical, C bar, C. Now tell me, what is this position? This position is now will come up A bar, B bar, C bar. This position will come up A bar, B, C bar. This position will come up A, B bar, C bar. This position is come up A, B bar, A, B, C bar. Next, this position will come up A bar, B bar, C. This position will come up A bar, B, C. This person will come up A, B bar, C. This person will come up A, B, C. Okay. Okay. All of you understand? Now what I am going to do here. So A bar, B bar, C. What is the value present in A bar, B bar, C? What is present? 1. Okay. So see here what we can do. Very simple. What I am going to do here. This is my C, which is C bar and C. This is my A bar, B bar. This is my A bar, B. This is my A, B bar. This is my A, B. Okay. Don't be get confused with the K-map, students. I'm not using gray coding. I'm just using normal combination of A, B. Okay, which are actually 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So don't be confused. Okay. So this is not gray coding actually. Please try to understand. I'm not constructing a K-map. I'm constructing a MOX implementation table. So tell me A bar, B bar, C bar means what actually? This is 0, 0, 0. So 0, 0, 0 means what is the decimal value of it? 0. This is what? 0, 1, 0. So what is the decimal value of it? 2. Okay. This is 1, 0, 0. So what is that? 4. This is 1, 1, 0. What is that? 6. 0, 0, 1. What is that? 0, 0, 1 means 1. 0, 1, 1 means what? 3. 1, 0, 1 means what? 5. 1, 1, 1 means what? 7. Okay. Now what you need to do? Now go to the truth table or in the function. What is the given? 0, 1, 4, 6, 7. In the function, what is given? My function is given summation of m 0, 1, 4, 6, 7. Okay. This is the function I am going to minimize. Implement using MOX. So what is 0 is present? 0 is present means what you have to do? make a round on it. 1 is present, make a round on it. 4 is present, make a round on it. 6 is present, make a round on it. 7 is present, make a round on it. Okay. Now what you have to do, this column will give you input to the mux. So what are the input to the mux? This is my I0, this is my I1, this is my I2, this is my I3. So now what are these values you need to find out? So see here, what is the value? If both the circles are there in this column, if both circles, then input to the mux is 1. If you have no circle, then input to the mux is 0. If one circle, the corresponding C value, C bar. 2 circles, 1. All of you understand, students, what I have done? It's very simple. What I have done, I have just written the particular position values of min terms. 0, 0, 0 means 0, 0, 1, 0 means 2, 1, 0, 0 means 4, 1, 1, 0 means 6, 1, 0, 0, 1 means 1, 0, 1, 1 means 3, 1, 0, 1 means 5, 1, 1, 1 means 7. Now I just went to my function, what is given. Whatever is given in the min term, just round those things. Whatever is not given, just leave that, don't round. Now you know that this is my input to the mux, I0. I0 is nothing else. If both are rounded in that particular column, input to the mux is 1. If nothing is rounded, input to the mux is 0. If one is rounded, what is the corresponding C? You have to write down that one. If both are again rounded, the 1. Okay. So finally, if my 4 cross 1 is what? 4 cross 1 mux of this particular logic equation is nothing else. This is my select line S1, S0. This is my I0, I1, I2, I3, and this is my function, which is F, and this is my 4 cross 1 mux. So I have just connected AB here, and these are actually input to the mux is depend on the C 0 or 1. So it is I0 is 1, this is 0, this is C bar, this is 1 over. This is only implementation of the given function, which is F is nothing else, my summation of n 0, 1, 4, 6, 7. Do you all understand or any doubt, students? Very important. So how many mux we need here? We need here how many mux, students? So very important, tricky question. How many mux? We need 2 mux. How? In order to C bar also another 1 more mux I need it. Am I correct? So here we need 2, 1 4 cross 1 mux we need. Okay. And another one, I need one NOT get, or you can use 1 2 cross 1 mux also. No problem. Okay. Any doubt on this? Please let me know immediately. If not, we'll go for last question for today, or anyhow, we'll leave it today, and tomorrow we'll discuss some more questions on it, because this is very important, students. Okay. Do you all understand what way I have done? The question is given like this function. From this, I have just constructed the truth table very easily. Then I have find out my particular funda. What is that? If input is greater than select line, just connect both the MSB input to the select line, and remaining input which is present, which is nothing else, input to the mux, which is the function of that particular remaining variable. Then I have just find out the mux implementation table. This is the way. Then what I did, I have checked actually that particular min term positions values are what? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and whichever present in the function, I have just rounded that up. And if both are rounded, if all the columns are rounded, then it is 1. If nothing is rounded, column is 0. If one is rounded, what is the corresponding C value? That one. If both are rounded, again 1. Then I have just connected those things at my output, nothing else. Sorry, at the input to the mux. Any doubt? If there is no doubt, we'll just stop.